Yes, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. It's great to have you back. I'm really excited about the blockchain company that we're going to be talking about today, Power Ledger. It's a peer-to-peer energy trading platform. I think it's a great long-term investment. Me personally, I've devoted a position of my portfolio to investing long-term in Power Ledger, and I'm going to tell you guys all about it today. But first, if you're new to the channel, just a little bit about what we do here at Altcoin Daily. We're bringing you daily news on everything altcoin, everything cryptocurrency, daily market strategies, and regular deep dives on the latest ICOs and most current altcoins. And you're going to want to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Because here's the thing, guys. On YouTube with crypto channels, there's tens of good ones and hundreds of bad ones. My goal for this channel is to be one of the best ones. I am not a financial advisor. I am a guy who got involved in cryptocurrency about a year ago. I've made money with it. I plan to make more money with it. And what I want to do with this channel is cut through all the bullshit, bring you guys the most relevant information, the most need to know information, so you guys can make your own decisions. Because these are just my opinions. You guys can make your own decisions watching my videos to see if this is also something that you too are going to want to invest your money in. And that's what I'm going to do with Power Ledger today. I'm going to tell you guys all about why I think this company is great and why I think this company is going to be here for a while. And yeah, let's get into it. So I made a lot of notes here, guys, because I don't want to miss anything. I want to make sure I cover everything for you. So Power Ledger, it's an energy trading platform, peer-to-peer. It allows consumers with solar panels to sell their excess energy to their neighbors. And here's the thing, guys. The way we produce and the way we consume technology is changing. New technology is allowing us to make electricity at home, share it, and use it to power our daily needs. And this is a thing. When I look at blockchain companies and cryptocurrencies, the thing I ask myself is the blockchain ledger going to allow this company to solve problems? If it's not solving a problem, there's really no reason it would be around long term. And Power Ledger solves two problems, which individually are good, but together make it a great company. And the first problem it solves is greener, cleaner energy. Power Ledger right now mainly gets their energy from solar panels, but in the future they're going to be looking at all sorts of green energy. And that's obviously a big concern, not only in America, but worldly. People are realizing that we need to be good to our planet and be greener. But here's the thing. Why doesn't that technology, why doesn't green energy, why isn't adopted into every single home right now? Well, because a lot of green energy isn't necessarily cheaper. And that's the second problem that Power Ledger solves. It allows this greener energy, it allows people to buy it cheaper. And together, that's why I think this is going to grow. So, here's the thing. Where do I begin? So as I said, Power Ledger is an energy trading platform, peer-to-peer. Here's the thing. The energy system of the past. What was it? Before Power Ledger and before all this, how did we get our energy? Well, it was a one-way street. Large-scale power stations pushed electricity through their networks to consumers who got what they were given at the price they were given. Now, the energy system of the future. What is it? It's power stations on people's roofs. They can buy and sell energy within their community, and they're selling their excess energy. Obviously, if you have a power station on your roof, you're going to get that green energy yourself. But what do you do with all the excess? You give it to your neighbor for a cheaper price for that neighbor. And now energy is going to be flowing not from one direction like in the past, but through multiple directions from consumers to the generators and back again. Now, Power Ledger has a great website. I encourage you guys to check it out, read all about it. Obviously, if you're going to make a long-term investment, you're going to want to not only read the white papers, and you can read it in multiple languages, but also just check out their team and everything. This is a really great video on Power Ledger. We're not going to watch all of it, but I just want to show you guys about a minute of it. We're going to start right here. And basically what you're going to see on this video, it's David Martin, the co-founder and directing manager of Power Ledger. He's basically just going to talk about the ledger itself and the product and what it's going to do. And then it's going to get into Dr. Gemma Green, who is the co-founder and chair, and she's going to talk about the trials that they did and the testing and really talk about, is it greener and is it cheaper, and what they found in their trials, and the answer is yes. So let's watch it real quick. Just a minute of this. You guys can watch the whole video yourselves.
The energy market isn't geared up to buy homegrown electricity any more than a supermarket's geared up to buy homegrown tomatoes. Our platform allows consumers to sell energy directly to their neighbours, meaning we can transition to that cleaner, greener, more locally generated energy future.
Through POWR Ledger hardware and an easy-to-use app, participants can trade a unit called Sparks, which are backed up by a blockchain bond called POWR tokens. The platform makes the trade easy, frictionless, and instantaneous. So people who produce electricity get a more realistic price, and people who consume it get a much better deal. And trials have been showing that it works.
Our first trial was at the National Lifestyle Villages in Busselton, and that went from August to December 2016. And we showed how peer-to-peer trading would work between what they call prosumers, people with solar panels, and consumers, people that didn't. And it demonstrated that people that didn't have solar panels could purchase renewable electricity more cheaply than if they were to buy it from their energy company. And those that did have solar panels could get a better return. And that was a very successful trial showing how our platform could integrate into households.
All right. So yeah, just as you saw, it was cool to seeing the co-founder talk about it, and also another co-founder talking about the trials and testing, and they even go further into that if you wanted to watch the whole video, which I encourage you to do that, because when they put these in communities and set up these trial runs, people were obviously getting the greener energy from solar power, but also peer-to-peer, when they were trading it to each other, it ended up being cheaper than the electricity they would have got from the big companies. So yeah, as she said, people who produce electricity get a more realistic price, and people who consume it get a much better deal. So anyways, next, when you invest in any cryptocurrency company, a big thing you're going to look for and look into is the team. And not only does POWR Ledger have a huge team, but they're really like all-stars. There's plenty of them, more than even the people they list on their websites. You can read about the whole team in their white paper, but I'm going to talk about a few of them. So Bill Tai, he is a board advisor. Now Bill Tai is a powerhouse in just starting businesses and taking startups and turning them into full-fledged businesses. I mean, this guy he could sit on the show Shark Tank. He's so good. So just quickly, he's a world-renowned venture capitalist. Bill originally trained as a chip designer and joined LSI Logic, a seminal Silicon Valley startup formed by CEO of Fairchild. Okay, after completing an MBA at Harvard, he was issued a badge at A001 at TSMC, now among the most valuable tech companies in the world. He has been a venture capitalist since 1991, and today is the chairman of Treasure Delta, a board member of Bitfury and Voxer. He was a founding chairman and CEO of iAsiaWorks, IPO via Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, and founding chairman of iPin Fusion. He has served as, and this is key, he has served as board director of 7 publicly listed companies that grew from startups he funded at their formative stages, and has served on the World Economic Forum's Technology Pioneering Committee, and is an adjunct professor at Curtin University. That's just one guy. Let's click out of him. Dr. Gemma Green, you heard her talk. She is a strategic partner, focuses on risk management and leadership development. She has more than 15 years experience in finance and risk advisory, having worked 11 years in investment banking in London. She's also a powerhouse. She's a founder of the Global Blockchain Business Council and a contributor to Forbes on blockchain distribution. Also, you heard David Martin talk. He's the managing director. Here's the thing. I mean, we could go through individually why each of these people are powerhouses, and I've gone through a lot of these people. Here's the key, that the reason POWR Ledger has such a not only big team, but the reason the team is so good is because they not only have blockchain experts, full stock developers, but also energy experts. So they're diversified not only in people who have a lot of experience in energy companies, but also in blockchain companies and really great developers to take these things to the next level. So check out their site, but also, something you should do if you're going to invest long term in any company is check out their white paper. They really go into more detail on everybody who's working for them on their white paper. But next up, okay, so this is Power Ledger, a nice overview on coinmarketcap.com. Right now, they are trading at 67 cents. Let's look at it. They have a market cap of 200 million about, a circulating supply of about 300 million, a total supply of about 1 billion, which is a high total supply. But the thing is, Power Ledger, it's necessary for their company because they're trying to go globally. Right now, they are successful in New Zealand and in Australia, but they're branching out to every single continent, many different countries. Something key when you invest in a company is you never invest as, I'm sure, any of you older guys, you know this, but this is for newbies. You never invest at all-time highs. So Power Ledger, they've only been around since about November. They started the very beginning of November, so they're only a few months old, about 5 months old. Their all-time highs were at close to $2 at about $1.90. They almost broke the $2 mark, and right now they're trading at 67 cents. So let's say you had $100. If you researched Power Ledger, you want to take out a position in them. Let's say you had $100 to invest in Power Ledger. If you put all 100 in right now at 67 cents, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea, because even if their price doubled, it would still be less than their all-time high. But this is what I think. You could, if you had $100 to put in right now, I'd put in maybe a portion of it. Let's say $30 in right now, and then over the next week, you're going to watch the market, and it's either going to go up or down. It might go down a little bit, and then you put maybe another $30 in there, and then maybe you decide to put your remaining amount of money in, next time. But even if you put in all of your $100 in right now, it would still be a good idea, in my opinion. But just so you know, it could still go down a little bit, depending on what the overall market does. Right now we did form a base in Bitcoin and the overall market, but we could easily, dip again before we start going back up in the coming year. All right. What else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, also, if you notice, they have a relatively healthy chart. They don't just have like a day of huge spikes and huge lows, but they started off low, gone up a little bit, had a correction, gone up a little bit, correction, up a little bit. It's a major correction. The whole market took a major correction, but they're going up again. But yeah, and also this is the reason I wanted to talk about Power Ledger right now, because they are near a low, and although they're going up again, or they might go down again, I could have talked about them up here, but I didn't want to, because it's like, oh, they're at an all-time high, and then the market started going down. So it is at a good time to buy, or a good time to start watching the market and watching Power Ledger right now on the market. Okay, next. Also, they had great news today. So right now, Power Ledger is in Australia and it is in New Zealand. But this is, and they are looking, if you should definitely check out their roadmap, because in the next coming years, they're looking to basically, get in multiple continents and multiple countries and start really getting Power Ledger and peer-to-peer energy trading out there. Something cool about Power Ledger that, the thing is, not a lot of cryptocurrencies have a working product. If you check out, some of the most, even cryptocurrencies that have, people have seen massive profits on, some of them don't even have working products yet. Power Ledger has a working product, and on their roadmap, they're looking to get that working product out there. And this is cool. This happened just today in the news. Power Ledger partners with Help Answers to bring distributed renewable energy trading to North America. So, Power Ledger and Help Answers will form a partnership focused on hundreds of potential projects which have already been identified, and will cover over 50 MW solar and 50 watts energy storage, beginning in top renewable markets including Texas, Chicago to Washington, New York, California, and New England. The project will start with large energy-intensive users, including low-income housing, water and wastewater, cement, corporate and school campuses, They're serving utilities and serving ISOs and RTOs with peer-to-peer clean energy, watt trading, electric vehicle charging network, and asset germination events, which allows communities to benefit from solar and energy storage assets. So, I mean, basically what this is talking about is basically just that they're coming to North America. And not only that, I mean, they're going to multiple continents. I think in the next coming years, this is a long-term investment. As Power Ledger uses their technology, their working product, and puts it out there, it's going to go up more and more, in my opinion. This is their Twitter. They post all the time. Another thing I look for when I'm investing in companies is how well do they communicate to the community, and they do a great job. If you're not following them, I'd follow them right now. I like these guys. I like these guys. I'm gonna follow them. And yeah, that's it. That's the company I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Power Ledger. Like I said, they're at a low in the market right now. They're a great company. They have a working product, solving a problem, a lot of room to grow. I'm very bullish on it. I have a position on it. Right now, they're really focusing on their working product involves solar power, but they're looking to eventually get into many different kinds of clean energy, wind power, whatever, and then taking that energy and being able to sell it to your neighbor at a cheaper price than what they're paying right now. They have all sorts of partnerships. They're growing very quickly. Check out their roadmap. And yeah, that's it. This is Altcoin Daily. Make sure you like the channel if you got some good information. Subscribe if you want to continue getting great information, and comment whatever your feelings. Thank you guys very much. See you.